Holy moly. It is so good to finally be able to see you guys. We just had a storm come through here that I thought was going to take out my Wi-Fi and so I wasn't going to be able to come on live to talk to you guys about free shipping, to do some makeup for mature skin, those of us who are over 50 and embracing this midlife journey. And also beyond 50. I'm 54. My name is Kim Weimer. I am an over 50 makeup teacher. I was a public school educator for 25 years. 2 years ago, hey guys, tell me where you're watching from, all the way from Norway. Thank you for being here. I retired 2 years ago and have come just to teaching makeup here. I am not I don't have a degree in makeup artistry. I don't. What I do know is I have studied a lot of techniques and makeup on me as a mature woman, and then also many other mature women. I've put makeup on their faces as well. And so sometimes as we get older, no, not sometimes, all the time, as we get older, we can't have the same makeup habits, even the same makeup products as we were able to have years ago. Okay? It's just the way it is. All right. And really, that's okay. Because, all things must come to an end. All good things must come to an end. But there are more good things to come. You just have to find them and actually just keep your mind open to be looking for them. So today or this weekend here in America, I see so many of you watching internationally. Sweden, not Texas. Hi, Texas. Hi, Minnesota. Hi, Florida. We are celebrating Labor Day. So for those of you that don't know, in America, we celebrate Labor Day. It dates clear back to the 19th century when we were, during the labor movement, when workers in America were advocating for better work conditions, fair wages, reasonable hours. And so now we celebrate the achievements of all American workers. It's also celebrated in Canada. And so that's why we have an extended weekend. It's like, take a break off of working for a while. It's one of the benefits to doing what I do now. I was part of the grit, yes, in education. And I love teachers, and teachers are gritty. We just put our nose to the grind. We do whatever we need to get it done. But doing what I do now, I have the freedom to be able to work when it works for me. And I love what I do, and I do work often, but it's by choice. And what I love to do is to be able to share makeup tips with all of you, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I am a makeup artist. Like I said, not like I didn't go to school for it, but I'm a makeup artist for a company called Saint. Saint is running free shipping all weekend. So I want to show you Saint makeup. So in case you want to take advantage of it, you can have it shipped free. If you're already a Saint makeup user, this really benefits you because you can, even if you need just one refill, you want to try a new lip and cheek, you want to try color corrector, whatever it is, you'll be able to and get it shipped free of charge. If you want all of the links for today, all you've got to do is comment the word match, and everything that you see today is just going to come right to you, okay? Or anything that I talk about is going to come right to you. First and foremost, before I start makeup, you have to prep your skin, all right? You have to prep it. You cannot put makeup on a dry face, meaning like if you have overly dry skin, all right? And even if you have oily skin, you still need to think about prepping it. I'm going to start off by hydrating. I am just going to use, this is it's a great balm. It's a Korean skincare product that I love. It has nice ingredients in it, plants. This will also be in the link. I like to use it on my lips, put it under my eyes. I put it on my 11s. But it does help with under eye darkness. It helps plump the skin. It has lots of hydration in it. So you want to make sure that you are hydrating your face before you put makeup on it. Because if you are going to be using any kind of makeup product, if you're going to be putting it on like just unprepped skin, then you may see creasing. You may see it pill and roll off. You may see it not last. It's just not going to lay as nicely. Okay. So I'm going to work from my one compact makeup system, and then I'm going to add a couple other products just because I also teach other mature makeup tips, because that's what I do. It's helping women over 50 find really simple things. Listen, if it takes long, you're probably not going to see it from me. If it's too intricate that the average person that doesn't have a whole lot of makeup skill can't do, you're probably not going to see it from me. If it's going to take an hour, you're definitely not going to see it from me, okay? And I like a really natural makeup look. Like, I want to look like me, only maybe better. Like polished. That's the look that I'm always going for. All right, so let me see if I can see any other. Yeah, so you guys that are commenting match, you're getting all of the links for what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to first start off by color correcting. So I hydrated underneath of my eyes, which is where the color correction needs to take place. And like my fingers are just gliding there. They're not stuttering, there are no speed bumps because I hydrated. So then I'm going to go in with this color corrector. You're going to get the link for this. If you use code Kimberly, they'll give you 20% off. I love it when these companies that reach out to me to try their products, which I do for a very long time. And if I don't love it, you're not going to hear me talk about it. Okay. So unless I get a product that trumps another product, meaning like it's just better, then you're probably not going to see me talk about it. All right. So I'm going to use, this is a color corrector by a company called Amazing Cosmetics, because it's amazing. Look at the color of it. It's peach. And what peach does is it will filter out or correct anything that has any blue tones to it, which I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see. Oh, maybe I'm going to zoom in. I don't know why I won't zoom in. I'm going to get closer then. All right. So this area right here that we say we have dark under eyes. All right. So, oh my gosh, I love that. You're going to be a flower girl. That's golden right there. So that is blue. Look at this right here. That is blue and purple. Haven't slept well the last couple nights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this salmon pink color, just like this, and I'm going to tap just in that area. So one thing that you want to make sure of, absolutely, as you get older, is that you are not over applying product in the areas where your face moves a lot. Now think about where your face moves a lot. Looky right there. Here, lots of movement. That's why we have wrinkles there, right? That's why we have texture, because that's where our face moves. That's why, we complain about our nasolabial folds. These lines, we complain about them, our marionette lines. But literally, that's life. Like, that's where we've lived. So if you have these and they're deep, that means you've smiled a whole heck of a lot. And there's something pretty awesome about that, right? So, but my point in saying that is those are the areas where you want to take it really easy on product, and you want to make sure that you're using the right type of product. What you're going to see me use here, it's going to be all cream products. That's just what I use. Okay. I love like this, like a youthful glow, like a dew, not oily. I just like a dew. It looks healthy. And I don't know if you guys, any of you watch the Met Gala, but even all of the celebrities, like that's the trend right now. And I don't want that trend to ever leave. And personally, for me, it's not even a trend. It's just gorgeous to be able to have your makeup look like skin. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to this area right here. Yeah, just comment match. I'll send you all of the links of the products that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, and if there's anything that I don't send you the link for, just reach out to me. Sometimes Sometimes Instagram can be a real stinker and not let me comment back. Because they view like a lot of my interaction as spam because so many of you comment, which I love, that's the idea. But then they're like, well, you're getting a bunch of spam, and that's not the case. So reach out to me individually. All right. So did you guys see what happened when I just used that peachy color? It neutralized that darkness. Now, it still looks peachy. All right. That's the difference with a color corrector. It's only meant to get to the root of the issue, which is the discoloration, okay? So now I'm gonna jump into my one compact makeup system. This is by Saint. If you comment match, you're sure gonna get a link to get a free color match. All of the colors that are in my compact are my colors. My colors may not be your colors unless you have exactly the same skin tone, unless you are a cool summer or a soft summer like me, okay? So if you are exactly the same season, then our palettes are gonna be the same. But what's really cool is I can color match you for your season or for your colors by a selfie. And it's in this kind of light. You just snap a selfie, send it to me. But let's move on. What's really cool about cream products, because I know that a lot of you are watching from afar, from across the pond, and you can't get Saint November. Your makeup anymore. Okay. It could be because it's not sitting well on your face, but a lot of times it's just because it's the wrong color. Many times, more times than not, you should be shading up. Okay. If you go too light, it's just going to accentuate fine lines and texture. So one color that I have here is a contour. I'll match you to a contour. Okay. This one is actually, it's a highlight contour, so it's called Fiji. So I actually use it as a bronzer and as a contour. I'm going to place it on my forehead. Please don't get scared and say, oh, that's entirely too dark. I'm going to place it on my cheekbone. I want you to watch and see this process. And I'm going to go ahead and place it on my jawline. Okay, if you have a double chin, you're going to want to contour your jawline. You should never be able to see your contour, like visibly see harsh lines. All of this is going to smooth out. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit right here on my nose, right there on that shadow, and right there on that shadow. Now, do you see what is left that I didn't do? Is that stripe down the middle, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to smooth these out. I'm going to push this on back to my hairline. If you have a small forehead, if you wear bangs, you don't have to do this. Don't do it. Nobody's going to be able to see your forehead, right? Okay, you're going to be highlighting the other areas of your face. So I'm going to push that on back. Many contours are cooler, okay? The one that I'm using is in between. It's like it's warmer than typical because it's actually a highlight, but I truly love it because I like a warm look. But I will match you to a contour. I'll also give you a bronzer, and it's really fun to be able to actually mix the two, which is what I love about creams, because you can mix them. Now, can you just see what is happening right now? I've added dimension to my face. So my face was one-dimensional at the beginning. It was just not necessarily all one color, but you didn't see the depth. And when you follow into your old routine, maybe that is that take one color foundation and apply it all over your face, because, well, that's what I learned too before I actually started studying makeup and practicing on myself and thinking, dang, you know what? I can actually accentuate my cheekbones because God gave me some, And I want to do that. The other flip side of that is if you weren't blessed with cheekbones, contour will make you look like you have some. Okay, same thing with nose contour. That was so easy to put 2 little stripes right down my nose. They don't have to be thick. They don't have to be dark. But the fact of the matter is, it's not that our nose gets bigger, but it can appear bigger as we get older because the cartilage softens, our face starts to fall, you know, all the things, we lose collagen. So it can make our nose kind of spread out. And if you want to make your nose look a little bit thinner, then nose contouring is a thing. Let me see. I'm over 50. I'm 54. I'm actually going to be 55 in less than a month, 3 weeks. All right. So now, you know, for me, I love looking in the mirror and asking myself, what do I need today? You know, I like for you guys to tell me, do I need to add foundation at all? Okay. Now, it obviously only really matters to you or to me personally doing my makeup, who it really matters to. But ask yourself that. You know, I got my skincare under control with a Korean beauty product that I found back in April. And so now less and less I find myself using like foundation. I have my foundations here in my one compact, right? But I love like showing off my skin now. So I will do a lot of just definition and contouring, and maybe some bronzer only. And then I add a lighter color. That's called an accent highlight. So I'm going to dab into my main foundation shade or my main highlight, and I'm just going to fill in just a few key areas. So right here in this area. And do you see with creams, like you don't need very much product, guys? I have had these for months. They're $16 a tin. Months. My old foundation, I would spend $40 on it and it was gone in 5 weeks. And then in another 5 weeks, I'd spend another $40. And so, yeah, there's that. So I have to look in my other mirror because there's a glare on my phone right now. I'm just working out of my phone. There's no ring lighting. There's nothing. You're seeing natural light. All right. And I have age and sunspots. You know, they have lightened considerably with the Korean skincare that I started to use, that I've been using. Considerably, my melasma has lightened. But they're still there. And I'm all right with it. Okay. ET collar, all you've got to do is comment match and you're going to get the links to everything that I'm talking about, including the skincare. Yeah, it's so great. So anyway, that's the main highlight. Now I'm going to go in with this lighter color. So when I color match you, if you want a color match, I'll give you 3 highlights so that as the seasons change, you'll be able to readjust the color for your palette, which is so cool because 3 weeks ago, I was only this dark color and I just put this back in because I had used it. But now I'm starting to lighten up again. Haven't been out in the direct sun for a while. So now I'm a mixture of these two. And then in the winter, I'm this. So it's so fun because you stack your palette with whatever it is. They are, yeah, Jenny, you got it. Remon is what I'm using, that Korean skincare. So Saint right now is having free shipping, which is why I popped on to show you guys this anyway. I'll get you matched before the free shipping is over. Promise. I'm going to go into my accent highlight. This is called Palace, but it's lighter. You see that? This is something that I would never want to use all over my face. But if I strategically place it here, do you see me feathering it? Remember what I said when after you color correct right there, you don't want to overload product. but I do need to stick a color over that because it's peach. Okay, I don't want to see that peach. So now I am placing this lighter color right over it, and all it did was just brighten that area. I'm just going to take my ring finger and I'm going to go right down through the middle. Oh. Don't make me cry, Deb. I hope things are well for you. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I am tapping the contour and that accent highlight right on my nose. I don't want to like zhuzh it. I still want that shadow there, right? But just by placing that accent highlight just in that area, I added the depth and the dimension right there. I added just a little bit of coverage where I felt like I needed it, but I probably wouldn't have. I have now created a 3-dimensional look to my face. Okay, I still look like me. Listen, I still look like me. I watch a lot of things on social media, watch a lot of YouTube videos to learn, like, because that's my goal. I'm a teacher. You know, when I had a student that would say, Mrs. Weimer, they would ask me a bizarre question, and I was never ashamed to say, I don't know the answer to that, but I will find it out for you and I'll get back to you. And that's what I do. That's what you do. And that's really what we all should do, is never take anything for face value, do your research. But that's how I learn and that's how I share. Yeah, it will be in England in November. So my forehead still looks too dark. Well, let's blend it a little bit. I'm looking in the mirror. But the other thing is that I have some melasma right here, okay? And that's the really cool part about cream, is that if you mess it up, it's really forgiving. And again, it could be the lighting for you too. So I'm gonna take, I think I forgot to blend this down here onto my neck. All right. Let's add the rest of the look and then we can like give our suggestions. All right, so I definitely need some color on my cheeks. Let's do that. I'm gonna show you guys this really pretty fall color right now. It is called Renaissance and it looks like this. I have multiple lip and cheek colors in my palette because I like options, okay? I like options. So this is, Renaissance is a color that is really good for any skin tone because it has blues and it has reds and it has yellows in it. So it kind of touches on all of, it doesn't matter whether you have warm or cool tones. Can we just take a look at that? Do you see how dark that was? But look at it on the cheeks. So pretty. And I am using very little. This will last you so stinking long. Now, Saint, thank you, Nikki. They do deliver to Canada, not Quebec, but they do deliver to Canada. So you can definitely get a match. And in Canada, free shipping too. Woohoo! All right, and thank you so much for your sweet compliment. All right, so you just go in with as much as you like. I love color on mature skin, but not overdone. But when we're not wearing blush, unless you have a natural flush to your face, many times as we get older, we get more sallow looking. And so just bringing a little bit of color into our cheeks helps us look more healthy. It's just, that's just the way it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this on my lips as well. Now, I could definitely go bold. And the other day I went bold on my lips with this color. But I'm going to go tame, more like I would wear it, every day. And I'm going to wear it more like a stain. So I'm just going to tap. This is called Renaissance, guys. So, and I can bold that up And then I like to go in, have you guys ever used a lip oil before? Saint has a lip oil, City Lips has a lip oil, Banana White has a lip oil. Find a lip oil because they feel amazing. They're really good for the skin. It's not like a lip gloss. It truly is a luxurious glide. And if you love a matte lip, which I do, I mean, I think a matte lip is really classy. However, the older you get, when our lips start to fold under, and like me, I do not have big, luxurious lips, okay? But a gloss can give it more of a plump look, right? Okay, so now let's do something with the eyes. I'm going to share, thank you. I'm going to share the product right now that literally has sold Sigma Cosmetics out and has locked me out of Facebook and Instagram for 48 hours every time I share this, but y'all are going to want it, okay? This is a primer, an eye primer by Sigma Cosmetics in the color, listen to this, in the color Persuade, okay? I'm going to show you what this does. If you comment match, it's coming to you, okay? Because I told you all the things. I'm not getting any injections, Deb. No. Nope. I am choosing not to do that. I haven't done any. People say, have you had cheek fillers? No, I don't do cheek fillers. I don't do Botox. If you do, that's awesome for you. Like, I'm excited. I really believe that everybody's got to do what they need to do, and in order to make themselves happy and feel beautiful. This is just what I'm trying to do, okay? Yay! See Sunny's Creations. It truly is. And this is an eye primer. If you're not an eyeshadow girl, you still need this, because what this will do, my eyelids get, can you guys see? They get all red and veiny, and it just evens it out, okay? So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna put a little bit, and this is a matte shade. Okay, Sigma has other ones that have a little bit of a shimmer in them. If you like a shimmer, then grab the shimmer. But this one is Persuade. It is in a peach tone, and peach helps to neutralize blue. And in veins on your eyes, blue and purple most of the time, even if it's red, it's actually most of the time blue, okay? So, that's it. Like, look how pretty that is, even if you don't want to do eyeshadow, okay? But when you have crepey eyelids, this is going to really help you when you go to put your eyeshadow on. Now let's talk about eyeshadow really quickly. So, in my One Compact Makeup System, these are my eyeshadows. I mostly have cool tones in there and a couple warm tones. I don't use a lot of warm tones because I'm cooler toned. But I like to have one or two in there to accent with, and then to mix with other colors sometimes to kind of tone them down and maybe not make them so warm, which is a thing. A lot of times as we age, what ends up happening is our eyes become more hooded, right? In my case, mine are getting more deep set, okay? Now, how do you determine whether you have a hooded eye or a deep set eye? Well, if you have a hooded eye, then you have skin that hangs below or like almost down to your lash line, okay? And that your crease is basically non-existent for the most part. For me, my deep set eyes, I obviously have a crease, okay? You can see it. You can see the dark shadow there. The other thing is my brow bone, or underneath of my brow, it protrudes. So if I take a really dark eyeshadow and I put it inside of my crease, then that's going to make my crease appear deeper. All right? I don't want that. I don't want my crease to appear deeper. that's going to make my eyes look more skeletal. I have a bug. More skeletorish, meaning like it's going to make them look deeper set. So I'm going to use something more like a transition shade. And I really do have my palette stocked with a lot of transition shades. Transition shades are shades that are not deep and dark. This one, it kind of looks dark. I'm looking in the screen, but it's actually not. It's like a slate gray. These shades, that's definitely dark. This is a transition, this is a transition, 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 transition. I would say I have 3 dark shades here, but the rest of mine are transition shades or even base shades, and I have a couple shimmers there. Again, free shipping for Saint until the 3rd, so that even if there's like one eyeshadow that you want, you can get it ship free, which is cool. Saves you money. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm first going to go in with, this is a color, and you can tell I use it a lot. It is called Chai. So it is definitely like a tan. And I'm going to take a fluffy end of my brush, tap it off, and I'm doing this tapping motion. Because the primer has created like this sticky, I don't want you to think that it's like liquidy sticky. It's just, it's a gripping feel to the eyelid as you want it to, because you don't want your eyeshadow to crease as the day goes on. Give me a thumbs up if your eyeshadow creases by the end of the day, and you look in the mirror and you're like, either where is my eyeshadow, or wow, it looks nothing like it did when I first put it on this morning. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and tap, and I'm even going above my crease. Now, I didn't go all the way underneath my brow bone because I'm leaving that a little bit lighter with the Persuade. I don't even need to touch that for the most part. All right, so then I'm gonna go in, if this is the transition shade, or actually this is more like the base shade, I could even use that as a transition shade if I want, but I'm going to go one shade light, one shade darker. I'm going to go to this one. Okay, this is Lullaby. I think it's Lullaby. Hold on, let me check. Yep, it's called Lullaby. It is like a muted pink. Okay, so I use Chai. This is Lullaby. I'm going to go into Lullaby with the fluffy end. I always tap off the excess. Smarter probably to do your eyes first, just in case there's any fallout. But with cream makeup, it makes it really easy. So I'm going to take the fluffy end of this brush. I'm going to go, so I can see the shadow of my crease. I don't want to go there. I want to go just above it. So above my pupil, and I'm just going to put a dot. I'm going to keep my eyes open, and then I'm going to just use a little tiny circular motion and add Lullaby just above the crease. All right? Ever so lightly. Then I can start building color. One of the most common mistakes is that we feel like we need to go in with all the color that we need on the first time we dip our brush. And when in actuality, you want to do the opposite. You don't want to go in with all of your product at the very beginning. The most beautiful eyeshadow looks are those where you build the color. It also helps for you to have a blended look, okay? So you can continue to blend. If you don't have a fluffy eyeshadow brush, this is called the eyeshadow brush. It would be a great addition, and it ships free as well with your order, because all shipping is free with Saint. Until, or just through the 3rd. So you see me working in this outer corner a lot, all right? Because when the depth and dimension is right here, that's creating the lift that mature eyes need, right? And so I do not extend past the tail of my brow, all right? And otherwise, it's going to be dragging my eye down. So I kind of keep it more or less just like this, okay? And you can even use this, use anything to make sure that you're not falling below that brow line. A lot of people will use tape. That's a great way. There's tape that you can tape right along your line or your outer brow or your lower lash line so that you can pull off the tape and you have this really nice edge. Okay. Eyes open, feathering, and then working the color where you want the deepest amount. So this color is now looking darker right here in this outer corner, right? But it looks lighter over here. And the reason being is because I'm building the color. Lullaby is a great color to have. It's from the mauve family. So if you're into the purples. All right. Okay, so let's talk eyeliner just a little bit. So I just used two colors right there, Chai and Lullaby. Let's talk eyeliner for a minute. I don't do black eyeliner top and bottom anymore. If I use black, I found some black here. I'll use it because a lot of people do. I really love blue, but most of the time I use brown. Trying to find my brown. If I can't find it, I'm going to use black. I have so many different, oh, what do I have here? There we go. Okay. So these are gel eyeliners. It's by a company called Revant. And I have blue, brown, and black. Just for kicks and giggles, yeah, let's use blue. Okay, probably a color that you might never think about using, but if you're doing just a regular neutral eye, that's what I would consider this, a neutral eye. Trying to find like a brighter eyeliner might help, but this is a gel eyeliner. So when our eyes get crepey, then eyeliner can stutter and it doesn't go on smooth, but because this is a gel eyeliner, it does. Now, I am only lining my waterline. Actually, it's not even my waterline. It's like in between my lashes, just to darken it up just a little bit. All right, if you wear contacts, this might be. Deb, can you use blue if you have brown eyes? Well, first of all, there are no rules, so you would use whatever you want. I would use, if you had brown eyes, I would use brown eyeliner. It's just brown is less harsh. I use brown a lot too. All right, so all it does is very lightly darken. It almost looks like I have mascara on those. All right, and then for my bottom, I'm just going to do the same thing. Very lightly tap on my, sorry, I have to look in here because I can't see on my phone. Tap on my bottom lashes, not a lot, because I'm going to smudge this up. That's awesome, Juanita. You wear blue if you have brown eyes. All right. But do you see how, like, that's just natural. The other fun thing that you can do with an eyeliner that is gel like this, if you want, you can come up from your lower lash line, keep your eyes open, don't raise your brows, okay? It's very natural to do this. Don't stare straight ahead because you want to see what this is going to look like when you're looking normal, okay? All right, so this is what it looks like. It's a little weird, wonky. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take, you can do it with any brush really. something that has a little bit more of a stiff edge and kind of smudge that in. And it just gives the prettiest little edge to it. Can you see that? It's the prettiest little edge just by that little flick up. But the trick is, don't raise your brows. Because when you lower your brows and that line falls, you're like, dang, that doesn't look anything like what I just did. All right, you want it to look exactly like what your eyes are normally. Okay, so let's do the other one. We're gonna go ahead and just tap right along the lash line. And see, it's because it's a gel liner, it's just gliding. This is by a company called Revant. Dun, 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 dun. And it's not gonna be a lot. Like, you're not gonna be able to say, oh, I see it, and it has made a statement. That is not what this is doing. It is not making a statement. It is just helping to be able to outline your eyes just a little bit and draw more attention to them, but in a graceful way. And then I'm just gonna lightly tap my lash line. Now, I don't go all the way across. That's just my personal preference. And then I'm gonna smudge that just a little bit, okay? Now I'm gonna follow my lower lash line up. I'm not raising my brows. Give myself a little wing, even if it's ugly. And if it's pretty, just stick to it, all right? Just stick with it. Be like, oh my gosh, I just gave myself a wing. Never done that before. Okay, Wendy, it doesn't smudge, which I love. I have a love-hate relationship with liquid eyeliner. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm too jittery, if I'm too picky, but again, like I said at the very beginning, if it's going to take hours, I don't do it, which is why I would love to maybe wear false eyelashes, but that we don't get along very well. All right, let me smudge this a little bit more. All right. Such a simple eye look. Okay, so now I'm going back to Lullaby. All right, Lullaby was that transition shade. I'm gonna flip my eyeshadow brush over. I used very little, and I'm going to use it right underneath. Well, thank you. Come a long way. I learned a lot. Okay. That's right. If you love something and you want to continue to do it and work toward a goal, then you just do what you need to do to improve at it, right? If you start off at a 10, you got nowhere to go. If you start off as a 4, you got a long way to go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use, this is actually, it's a mascara that is in dark brown. It's called Crystal by Thrive Cosmetics. I'm gonna use a brown. All right. Oh, nice, Claire. Thank you. Tell him thank you so much. Hey, Debbie, reach out to me. And if hopefully you have maybe you have a piece of paper, but I'm going to tell you my favorites right now. My favorites are Chai and Lullaby, Cafe, Claire, Amethyst, Pup. Deb, you don't have the word dang. I say crap a lot too. I don't know if you have that word. Okay, so guys, this is a tubular mascara. I haven't found any. There's a lot of great mascaras out there. I would love to know what your favorite mascara is so that people who read the comments, and everybody always does, they can see what kind of mascara you love. So, oh yes, Jill. Only 11 ingredients in Saints makeup. Okay, lots of emollients, beeswax, And so that's what gives the dewy look. Oh, you have crap, Deb, in England. All right. And for me, I don't do like a full lash. Yeah, Lancome is great too. And you know, the thing is that you need to ask somebody whose lashes you love what kind of mascara they use. Because, you know, I like a brush that's like this, that's short, but some people like the bristly mascara brushes. Find somebody who you like their lashes and say, what kind of mascara? I also like the way this comes off. That's important to me. It's a tubular mascara, so when I take it off with my Korean skincare, I don't ever use like those makeup wipes. Ick. They're not good for the skin. But I can take it off with like my oil cleanser and it rolls off like spider legs. Okay, so it doesn't smear underneath. I don't get any smearing. And I love that because the mascara for me that smears underneath of my eyes before I take it off, then that requires me to do some extra tugging in my under eye in order to be able to get it off. And I don't like that. So, concealer that hides your dark under eyes. Carol, Amazing Cosmetics. If you comment the word match, you're going to get a link to everything that I've talked about today, but this, using code Kimberly, will give you 20% off. It's this color peach. I color corrected early on in case you jumped on a little bit late. Y'all, you've been great. I just wanted to pop on to tell you that make sure it's not March. Make sure you comment match. I just popped on to tell you there was free shipping on this goodness, and it ends on the 3rd. If you comment match and you truly want a color match, then get that selfie to me so that I can get it back to you to take advantage, there is a fly, of the free shipping. Even if you just need one thing from Saint, okay? I am going to mention one more thing. After you finish applying your makeup, if I do have some, I love pink eyeshadow. Okay, Claire is a great color. Miha is a great color. I'm going to post this, okay? I don't know when it's coming to Australia, but we don't have a date, but we know it's coming. I'm going to post this, so if you didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, then it will be posted, okay? So you can go back and watch it. I'll also put it in my stories. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for joining me today. Have a wonderful Labor Day, meaning an extended weekend as an American holiday and also in Canada. I hear that internationally, you all celebrate your Labor Day on May the 1st. Give me a thumbs up to confirm that. That's just through some research that I did because, you know, whenever you leave me, you have to leave better educated and you have to leave learning something, okay? All right, you guys have been awesome. My name is Kim, and I am your over 50 makeup teacher. If you don't currently follow me, or I would love it if you would share this video with somebody that you think would love to learn a little bit about makeup. Thank you.